I wonder how expensive space whiskey would be, though.
I know, probably out of our budget for the moment.
Hello, Rachel.
Hello, Jen. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Aye, fine. Fine. Excited to drink some whiskey.
Oh, more Islay whiskey tonight. Yes.
I'm so ready for Ardbeg Wee Beastie. I've got a free glass. I believe you've got a bottle of whiskey, do you not?
You have an empty glass. I have a bottle of Ardbeg Wee Beastie, which has taken a bit of a hit, actually, already.
Which is enough.
Will I pour you some? Glug, 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 glug.
Thank you very much. We've been excited about this one for absolutely ages.
Yeah. So it's only 5 years old. To me, it doesn't taste only 5 years old. They bottled it at 47.4%. And I think this one is, I think it's batch release, but I think it's going to be like the next addition to their core range, which I think is excellent because it's a really kind of reasonably priced one. So it's a nice kind of really good everyday drinker. It's been in bourbon and sherry casks as well, so a nice mix. I think you get both of those coming through as well. So they're kind of saying it, they're kind of billing it as it only being 5 years, and they're saying it's untamed by age, which is quite a nice way of putting it. Although I think, yeah, I find it quite mellow.
Ardbeg's not one I've had huge amounts of, to be honest. It's one that I need to keep drinking more of, like all distilleries, but especially Ardbeg. It's quite sweet on the nose. It's sweeter than I expected it was going to be, like praline kind of smells.
Yeah. Well, like for me, this one, it tastes like Millionaire Shortbread. Like
wow,
it's
okay.
the biscuity, cereally bit, that kind of malty bit. It's got the like caramelly smooth, with a wee bit of salt in it, and it's got that like smooth chocolatey, milk chocolatey note to it as well.
I need to try it now. I must. Slange.
Oh. Mm. It's so sweet as well.
It's so much sweeter than you'd think. You'd think it'd be like all really coastal, savoury flavours, like fishy, seaweedy, and then like quite mouth-watering. Like it's proper, like making me salivate. Like I want more.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I don't get so much the coastaliness. I don't even get that much of the peat in it.
Which is surprising because you'd think with the untamed by age kind of thing, or untamed by time, is it, whichever one is, then it would have a bit more of those kind of harsher flavours, but it's really not.
It doesn't at all. No, I've had Ardbegs that have much more of that. I did a distillery tour of Ardbeg when I was over there, and it is one of the best tours, if not the best tour on Islay. Absolutely loved it. Just the whole atmosphere there is amazing.
I'd love to go so much. I think Islay
it's
got to, if you're a whiskey, if you like peaty whiskies anyway. I know I love this one. That's such a good addition, I think, to Ardbeg's, and quite different than everything I've tried from them before. I find it much sweeter.
Yeah, the 10 like is their other, or up until now has been their kind of main age statement bottling, and yeah, I find it much more peaty, much more savoury and heavy and earthy. Whereas this I find like so smooth and sweet, and yeah, Millionaire Shortbread. Like, have this with Millionaire Shortbread. That's next on my list. Next whiskey and food pairing.
Do you know what? I actually did that. I feel like such an old person over Christmas and New Year. There was one day I made soup and I drank whiskey and ate Millionaire Shortbread and went for a wee nap. I woke up again and had more whiskey and shortbread.
But yeah, all the Ardbegs I've had, I've really enjoyed. I've not had an Ardbeg that I didn't like. And they're just really cool. Like, their branding's really cool, and they do lots of cool, interesting things. They sent whiskey to space. How cool is that? I don't think anyone else has done that. Well, I think it was New Spirit they sent to see. I think
did they say it changed?
Yeah, they sent it up to the International Space Station. I think it stayed there for 4 years, and then I think it landed in somewhere like Kazakhstan, and then they went and got it. And their main guy, Bill Lumsden, he compared that to the same, they had the same sample that they kept for the same length of time in the same little container, I think, on Earth, and he said they tasted totally different. He said it had notes, peaty notes in it that he's never tasted from a new make spirit that had stayed here on Earth. So that's very interesting.
I wonder if they'd send a cask up to see if what difference that would have.
Yeah, I wonder, because if there's no gravity, what's that going
Yeah.
to do in a cask, like floating about?
Totally.
Yeah.
They should definitely do that, even just for the advertising. Yeah, love it. Really, really love that dram. I'm not as much of an Ardbeg kind of fan as you. I don't dislike it. It's just from, I suppose, lack of exposure, and that's lovely. Really, really nice.
Yeah, much sweeter than I was expecting when I first tried it, and yeah, absolutely love this one. Will continue to, I think, have a bottle on the whiskey shelf forevermore as long as I can get it, I think.
Awesome. And you can too if you'd like. You can buy it from us. So
yes. And thank you for joining us again, and hopefully see you next time. Slange. Thanks for joining us. If you liked our video, please give us a thumbs up, let us know what you thought in the comments down below, and subscribe to our channel. Follow us on social media at The Grail Doon to keep up with all of our latest news, and visit our website www.thegrail.scot. Slange, and see you next time.
Our mothers gave us whiskey rather than milk. I'm sure they did. I'm sure they did.